Thank you for joining my lecture. Today, I talk about a taboo in Korean history, the Jeju Massacre. Many Koreans live in Tsurukashi-Ikuno Ward, Osaka City, and form a Korean community. For a long time, it was thought that many of them had been forcibly brought to Japan during the war, nor did they dare deny it. In reality, however, few people were forcibly taken away, and many of them came to Japan of their own will and remained there, or were smuggled into Japan. Many of them are from Jeju Island, South Korea. What was the main reason why they had to be smuggled into Japan? Jeju Island. On August 15, 1945, the Korean peninsula was liberated from Japan rule. On April 3, 1948, an armed uprising of leftist islanders broke out on Jeju Island against the unilateral election of the southern part of the Korean peninsula. An army was dispatched from the Korean mainland to suppress an armed uprising. The leftist armed remnants fled to the mountains, where they began to fight back with guerrilla warfare. In October 1948, the Syngman administration in South Korea issued a decree stating that anyone entering or leaving an area more than 5 kilometers from the coastline would be regarded as a mob and would be shot unconditionally. Anti-communist groups supported by the police and military organized squads of extermination. Some of the inhabitants fled to the mountains simply to escape the disaster, but anti-communist groups targeted them for killing. They went so far as to kill the families, refugees, and residents, or to check the family registers of refugees and residents. And if the full family was not there, those who were not there were considered communists and fled to the mountains, and the full family was massacred. On the other hand, the retaliation by the left-wing armed groups was also severe. Security forces executed and purged islanders who sympathized with leftist militants. On August 13, 1948, the Republic of Korea was established in the south under Syngman Rhee, and on September 9, 1948, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea was established in the north under Kim Il-sung. On June 25, 1950, the North Korean army suddenly crossed the 38th parallel and invaded South Korea, beginning the Korean War. The cause of the Korean War. In 1949, the National Security League, an anti-communist organization, was formed to indoctrinate and organize those subject to surveillance. It is said that many people registered for food because the food supply was smooth when they registered with the National Security League. On Jeju Islands, 1,200 people were killed in prisons by members of the National Security League. The remains, which had been dumped at sea, were pulled up by Japanese and laid to rest in a temple in Tsushima. When the Korean War began, the hunt for members of the Workers' Party of Korea became extremely intense. Islanders on eve of execution. Political prisoners executed by the South Korean military and police. South Korean soldiers check whether executed people are dead. The moment of execution by South Korean soldiers. About 20,000 people are said to have been smuggled from Jeju Island to Japan. The remains of those who were massacred on Jeju Island. Graves for victims of the Jeju Massacre. Senator for victims of the Jeju Massacre. Jeju Island's population was about 280,000 at the time of independence from Japan, and 60,000 people, or 1 in 5 of the island's residents, were massacred. The Jeju Massacre, in which many people were slaughtered, is rarely mentioned in Korean history textbooks as a taboo in Korean history. It's necessary to teach history as it is, regardless of ideology, but it may be difficult to do so in South Korea, which is in a fierce confrontation with the North. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel to maintain these educational activities. I'm looking forward to seeing you again.